Alright, so one project that you can do, and we've had students do it in the past, in fact the project I showed you early on in the semester was an option strategy. So, an option strategy. There's a way we can use options to give us a better outcome. Now, we're not talking about using options to try to beat the market. So we're not trying to do active, we're actually talking fairly passive strategies. So what we're trying to do here is see if we can combine options in some way to give us a superior return versus risk. Now the way I think about it, there's several different ways you can go. So I'm going to just give you one example, and then you can go off all different types of tangents. There are almost infinite number of option strategies. So let me just, so we're going to talk about this in class as well. So I'm not going to say, can I use options to beat the S&P 500? Because that's practically impossible unless you have some clairvoyance that you can predict markets. So my approach is for old people like me is to say, can I use options to improve on the traditional stock and bond balanced fund? So I'm going to set up my client. So I'm going to say my client is, say, 65 years old, recently retired, and has a target portfolio. If you remember, the traditional approach is you take 100 minus your age, and that's how much you put in stocks. So we're going to have a portfolio of 40% stocks and 60% bonds. Is there a way we can create a portfolio using options so we have a superior return versus risk of someone who puts their money into stocks and bonds at 40, 60? So I'm not going to try to beat 100% stocks. Really, that's just not possible. I'll have much lower risk, but I have a much lower return. All right, so I'm going to define, I'm going to keep it simple. You can get more advanced, but I'm going to say, what if they had 40% in the S&P 500 index and 60% in the short-term bond fund? All right, let's say that's our benchmark. Can we beat this using other strategies? This might be what your parents are doing, maybe what your grandparents are doing, but there's a way we can beat this strategy. I believe absolutely yes, and there's been papers written on this, that if your parents have 40% in stocks, 60% in bonds, there's superior strategies out there. Now, so the strategy, this is what you got to pick a strategy. The strategy I'm going to do is 100% S&P 500 index, and then I'm going to hedge it . I'm going to be selling at the money call options with I don't know if this I made the test, but I'm going to try a 40% delta. That is, I'm going to sell enough call options so I'm essentially taking myself out of the market 40%. You'll see what that means when we actually do the numbers. I'm going to buy out of the money put options for a 100% hedge. Now, y'all know call options. If you buy call options, that's bullish, the market goes up, you make money. If you sell call options, the market goes up, you lose money. But we're not going to sell the entire, we're not going to sell 100% of our portfolio against call options. We're only going to sell 40%, which means that the market goes up, 40% of our portfolio will just offset the call options. Any gain we have in our portfolio is going to be lost by the losses on our call options. So that 40% is just going to disappear, but 60% of our portfolio will go into the market. So we got 60%, which is actually better than this person has, isn't it? The market goes on, and you'll have to only get 40%, so that's good. And we're going to buy put options for 100% hedge, which means it's out of the money. If we're out of the money 5%, what's the most we can lose on this portfolio? 5%, because we're going to have put options. It's like buying insurance. So the question is this strategy superior to this strategy? And what do we mean by superior? Well, what did you learn in your finance classes? It could be either higher return with what? Same or lower risk, that sound familiar? That would be superior, wouldn't it? are lower risk with what? Same or higher return. Either one of those would be a superior strategy. Y'all agree with that? The question is, what is risk? What are the obvious answers? Well, one is standard deviation. There's a problem with standard deviation. What happens to standard deviation when you're using options? Standard deviation assumes a nice normal distribution. What are the options doing? They're changing that distribution so it's not normal. So this one ignores the positive skewing of options, so that's not good. So my favorite one when it comes to risk is to ask the max drawdown. Your worst year, what's the most that you lose? All right, that's my definition, because I think that's probably what your parents' definition is. I bet if you ask your parents, are they more worried about standard deviation or losing money? My guess is they'll probably say they're more worried about losing money. Just my guess. You can try it. Ask them, would you rather have a low standard deviation or not lose money? What do you think they'd say? You know, just try it this weekend. Call them up. Just curious with your retirement portfolio, and they'll probably say, what retirement portfolio? I'm moving in with you when I retire. So. All right, so let me stop it there. So we got a start anyway. So